Here, let's go. Welcome everybody to Community G. We are live, a few minutes late, but we are live with episode number 8, and I have my co-host Manny. Hey Manny, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Another week in the books. Ready to enjoy the weekend, get my drink on, and enjoy the sun.
You know what? We've made it to episode number 8. When we were planning on getting this project up and running, how did you feel? Did you think we were gonna make it to episode number 8?
Honestly, I thought you were crazy. I didn't think we were gonna have guests. But luckily, you know what? We have a community that's very talented. That has a lot of things to say, and they're very unique. And I'm actually loving finding them out and finding what they're about.
You know what? I think a lot of different Galaxy contents coming out, which is really cool, especially with like Liga G, Liga Galaxia, like the Liga G episode we had the media day. Like it's crazy. We had like 55, 60 people on just to hear us talk about a video game league. So I think that's really cool. But now we are gonna transition and go into Liga Galaxia. They had their final yesterday with Star Lords winning the championship for their second straight year, well, second straight season. So we have two guests. We have Spicy Taco, also known as Timmy, and then we have Noah as well. How's it going, Timmy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Happy to have you. What about you, Noah? How's it going?
Yeah, going good, man. Thanks for having me.
So let's start off with you, Timmy. Tell us about how you became a Galaxy fan, and then let us know if you're part of a supporter group, and if you're not, where do you sit when you go to games?
Okay, okay. When did I start becoming a fan? I became a fan. It's crazy because I used to go to Ambler Elementary, like down the street from where the digs is, and I think the Galaxy gave our school free tickets because I was in like a gap program, and they gave us free tickets. And I think that was my first Galaxy game, and I think David Beckham was playing that game too. It was crazy. I loved the atmosphere. I was about like I think 11, 12 years old, and I just loved the atmosphere. The atmosphere was like so like amazing, and it stuck with me for a really long time. And it was just man, it was crazy. I just love the atmosphere. I love the fan base. It was crazy. That's how I became a Galaxy fan. And your second question was if I was in a supporter group. No, but I sit in section 132, between 132 and 134, so somewhere in the middle. Like that's where I like to sit.
What about you,
Nice.
Noah? How you became a Galaxy fan?
So I grew up in San Diego. That's where I live right now. So I think around probably 2010, I started watching soccer. I mean, I'd always liked soccer. It was my favorite sport. I loved to play it. I remember the World Cup was like the first ever event I watched. And then I wanted to get into club soccer. And living in San Diego, there's no MLS team, obviously. So the local team was the Galaxy, right? And so I
Still
started.
is. Still is. What do you mean was? It still is.
Oh, yeah, obviously, you know, one and only.
Gotta correct that,
Um,
boy. I gotta get that. Hell nah. We're gonna take over. Like the Dodgers take over San Diego over there too. That's our second home.
yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I don't know much about baseball, but it was kind of funny seeing that. Yeah, so 2011 season was my first real season. I started watching the Galaxy, and I just like fell in love. Honestly, it was. I mean, granted, I was kind of spoiled because I started watching when Keane joined, right, and then that was the start of the dynasty, the 3 championships in 4 years. So I was spoiled in that way, but I just enjoyed it, man. I wanted to watch every game, and then we started going to a couple games throughout the years, and then I think 2017 my family and I became season ticket members. And
Like you said, we were spoiled. We're spoiled now. Didn't you know we're Galaxy rich fans? Look at
we
Dang,
that.
are.
bro.
We're
We don't
extremely-
even have a team, but we're rich, baby. We're rich.
And you know what?
Come
No,
get.
I want to ask you about that. You said that you basically were spoiled because you came on a championship run. We were doing good, pretty much a dynasty. But now that we're at the opposite, that we've hit low points, we won the wooden spoon, and our team doesn't. Well, now hopefully we're headed the right direction. But
You
what
know what? The
has
start of
kept
the.
you?
You know who started that? The guy behind Timmy right there. That guy right there behind Timmy. That guy, number 10. That's the guy that fake illusion that Klein just started. Breaking us
Yeah.
down. That
Yes.
guy, Timmy. That guy.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it was a gift. Don't say that I purchased my own money with it. That was a gift. So I'll happily accept, free Galaxy gear,
But
bro.
it's still up. It's still up
Yeah,
there
it's
though.
still up.
So,
Yeah.
talking about free Galaxy gear, maybe you win those prints that we're gonna be raffling courtesy of Darwin. So, and that's gonna be coming shortly. But Noah, so what has kept you a Galaxy fan now that it's like the tough times that we've been losing? How have you kept being a Galaxy fan?
Well, I don't know. I continue to watch them, man. It's like the more I think you watch a club, the more you get connected with them, the more games you watch, just the closer you feel. It's like that bond just can't be broken. You know what I mean? And also, I think it helped that for a while, I always felt like it was just my dad and I that were really into the Galaxy. But we got my mom and my sister to get more involved. And then when it's a family affair, when it's going to the games, even though it's 2 hours out for me, it's like something you look forward to every weekend. It just becomes a part of you, man. So even though we're in tough times, I mean the loyalty is just there.
Yeah, bro. I live in East LA.
Yeah.
It's still 2 hours away from me. So.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, I bet, man.
Fucking LA traffic, man. Shit.
Mhm.
And then now that
I,
you guys have been, oh, go ahead, Timmy.
oh, I was gonna say I forgot to mention before I became a Galaxy fan. I actually live in near the Diggity. I live in Carson. I live literally the stadium's like right across the street from me, so I could just take a walk there. I
Hey, you
forgot to
have parking
mention that.
spots? Cause I pay $20 every time I go play parking. Can I just use your parking
Yeah,
permit or
I've been
something?
I've been talking to people, man. I might have to start charging. I have too many requests coming in for the G's parking, bro. We'll see.
Hey, who else has you on their podcast, bro? Who else has you on the podcast? Just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
Kevin and I, we can
I
use
might
it. We can
I
use
might throw
it.
you a little discount, bro. I might throw you a little
Hey,
discount.
just say it, and we'll put you on the print. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Okay, guys. So, now that you guys have been part of Liga Galaxia, do you guys feel like, for example, when games come back and we go to the stadium, like you guys are gonna know more people? And also, now that you guys seen other people, do you guys plan on maybe joining a supporter group or going to the tailgate area just to hang out with the people? Or how is your experience gonna be different now than what it used to be before playing Liga Galaxia?
I'll start. So I think it's gonna be a lot different because before I used to just go with my uncle and my mom, and it's crazy because my mom wasn't really into like the MLS like that. But when she started seeing me like how passionate I am in supporting the Galaxy, she was like, okay, I'm gonna come and enjoy this with my son and my brother. So we all just used to be cool with it, and we just walk to the stadium and just watch the game. But I think now I'm gonna probably take my uncle, my mom, and I just to Chancho's tailgate, or like so I could go visit, the Star Lords boys or the straight from the stands boys, because those are guys that are considered our rivals in the Liga G. So
Oh,
it's crazy.
a big shout out to your
Yeah,
mom though, because
yeah,
for getting involved and actually taking you. So that's pretty tight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
My mom
She's
would have been
cool.
like, take your ass in the bus if you want to be involved. Shit, I got to take care of the dogs.
But yeah, it's crazy. I'm extremely blessed that there's a community out there for the Galaxy fans. I was so because before all this, I was a really shy person. I still kind of am, but like now I'm like more open and out of my shell. So this league was a blessing in a really
that's
cool way.
that's tight. That's tight. And big shout out to Chancho, Star Lords, everybody that welcome you in. Liga Class Trend that started Liga Galaxia, because I think this is what makes our community special, because your experience for next home game, whenever we go back, is going to be a whole different one. And trust me, you're never going to go back to that one that you just did with your mom. Now your mom's going to be our friend. Your mom's going to be my mom's friend. Kevin's mom's
Yeah,
friend. You know what I mean? It
yeah, it's
goes
gonna be
on and on.
crazy. Yeah.
And then Noah, what about for you? How's your experience gonna be different now?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be way different. I never personally, I before Liga Galaxia, the whole pro clubs thing, I really didn't have any Galaxy friends. Basically, my only conversation about the Galaxy was basically with me and my dad. He was the one guy that I would talk to, that we would talk about the Galaxy with. And then after this pro clubs thing started with Liga G and then Liga Galaxia being formed, I met a bunch of fans, Galaxy fans, like diehard fans that I actually got to talk to, every week. And it's crazy. And now they're like, they're close friends now. So whenever this game happens, whenever the season gets back to normal, man, it's going to be way different.
Let me
Uh,
ask you this now. Since obviously, you guys met a lot of people, obviously from like straight from the stands. Cosmo SC, and when they started their stuff, Star Lords. I know they have some ACB members in there. I know there's some
Yeah.
Riot Squad members in there. There's Galaxies. There's I mean a little bit part of everybody in each league. Are you guys gonna do your hand banners? You gonna start painting stuff? Or have you guys ever started think about doing that? Because before I ever started, with the Galaxy Outlaws or anything like that, I used to just go straight to the stadium, watch the game, with my girl, my kid, and then just go home. Now it's like I'm out here painting drums, painting banners. You know, I'm there 2 hours early. I'm doing the whole experience.
It's
Have
crazy.
you guys talked about that? Like, in your chats or stuff like that? Like, this is what is about. What this is what's about being more than just a regular fan. Now that you guys are involved in our community.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely something I want to do. I always wanted to be in a supporter group. I always, I would see ACB, jumping around. I would see Lars with their, their like super funny chants that always get me. Um, but it was always hard because I was with my family. I was a little far away, so I was kind of sit with them. But yeah, now I mean, it's definitely something I'm interested in, because I know that's also the best way to connect and make more friends, make more Galaxy friends, and having friends that are into the Galaxy has been like one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. Being able to talk with someone else about the Galaxy that actually knows what I'm talking about and knows what they're talking about.
Yeah,
So
one person that's very involved, and I know. So shout out to Vic. He's
Mhm.
very involved, and I met
Yeah.
him a few times when I first started going on, and he's very involved. He's painting. He's, flags duty. He's on drum duty. You know what I mean? He's does a little bit of everything. So big
Yeah.
Yes,
shout out to
man.
Vic. You know what I mean? And I know that he does a lot of graphics for Star Lords,
Mhm.
and so that's tight. You know what I mean? That he helped you guys without the league also.
Yeah, but Vic's awesome, man. I've talked to him a bit about like getting into the supporter section because he knows all the juicy info and how to connect and meet other friends. Yeah, Vic's awesome, man.
Well, look at that. Now you can bring your dad. I'm pretty sure your dad wants to come and hang out too. Now you know a couple of people, and hey, it might come around, and he might be into it also. There's a
Yeah,
spot for everybody. There's a spot for everybody.
definitely.
And then let me ask you guys this: have you guys been to a Galaxy away game so far? As of right now, Timmy, have you?
Um, I I have not. I was hoping to go to the Inter Miami away game. I wanted that to be my first game because David Beckham is considered like my goat for the Galaxy, or like my idol, like my legend, like my everything. That fool is like my all-time favorite player for the Galaxy, and that would have been something special to go see his other club play against ours. And but no, that other than that, I haven't gone to another away game. Not even to the you know the Stank. I haven't been there yet.
And then
That's our
what?
second home. That's our second home too. That's like
Well,
that's like our hey. That's like our our condo, our city condo, our city apartment.
Yeah.
Yes, fair. Yes, fair.
what about you, Noah?
No, man, I have not been to away game. My dad and I were planning on going to San Jose away for the 2020 season, because we'd always want to do that. And then it was like the perfect time during the summer, and we were getting it all planned out, and then the world kind of ended for a bit. So
I think
I
that's the best one to go.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
To
why.
be
Because
your first one, it's not even considered a away game. You can just go the weekend and come back. I was actually going to take my son for the first time for that away San Jose this year, but obviously it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Hopefully 2021 it gets better and everything is safer for us to go. But that is definitely one that you guys want to do. It's affordable. It's if you guys now you guys have friends, so you guys can actually team up with people for hotel rooms and stuff like that. So you're pretty much not sleeping, man. You just go out there, go have fun, come back,
Yeah,
jump in the pool, get back on the bus, and just go back home.
Yeah, and
for
that's
sure.
a fun trip. And like you guys were saying about meeting people, that's how I met Manny. Was in San Jose, 2019, and now ever since now I'm part of the Outlaws, and pretty much we became good friends. So I think those away trips are always really cool, especially to San Jose, because my favorite part is when we get off the bus and we walk into the stadium and we know they don't like us, we don't like them, and they're yelling at us. That's the best feeling for me. So hopefully soon we'll be able to make that trip. But now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what you guys do. You guys are part of Liga Galaxia. You guys both were playing for Star Lords right now. You guys won the championship
Mhm.
yesterday, so congrats. But Timmy, you were on loan from Chonchos, right?
Yep.
So
Yes, I was.
how was your experience playing for Star Lords? How did you enjoy it? And is there anything that you learned that you want to take with to Chonchos once you go back?
And you cannot say that you're taking back Noah.
Oh man, I would wish to take the defensive player of the season to my team. That'd be a dream come true. But no, what I'll take from Star Lords is like, they taught me how to win. They taught me how to be a better leader on my team because I was not. I'll admit here right now, I was not the best leader for my team, and I wasn't screaming at my teammates or anything. So that's what I learned from Star Lords, and yeah, those guys are crazy, man. They'll tell me when I fuck up, man. They'll tell me, you got to do this better. You got to do this, that. You're doing this, but I need you to do this and that. And it helped. It really bettered my game. I started after like the first series. I started playing a lot better, and I finally got my first goal because on my debut, I had like about like 12 chances, and I just could not bag it in. It was like, it was a curse, and I kept hearing it every single day. So yeah, it was
You know,
crazy, but it was a
that's
good
all.
season.
A lot of people when you're in a team or in a group chat or the intensive competition, a lot of people take it as a toxic or people calling each other out. It's not. It's you got to step up. I'd rather have my teammate tell me that I'm fucking up rather than not tell me and I keep doing making the same mistake, whether I get mad or not. Because I could get mad at heated at the moment, and then I go back like, you know what, he was right. I watched the video again, he was right. You know what I mean? And he's doing me a favor by calling me out, whether we talk shit to each other or not. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're in competition, so everybody wants to do the best. But I feel that you guys play defense, so do forwards get a lot of like layaways? Because if they can miss like five next time, if the defense miss one time, like, oh my god, you guys made that mistake, and then,
Yes.
I'm like, hey, shit, it happens, but you know what I mean. But you can feel it on the team, right?
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Me and my other teammates on defense, we always joke around saying, "Defense gets no love. Defense gets no love." We make one mistake, one bad pass. We move one inch to the right, and the guy scores. It's, oh my god, what are you doing? But a
Yeah.
striker misses a clear chance, and it's like, oh, he'll get another one. He'll get another chance. So put the next one.
Hey, Bolt missed that PK, right? And
Mhm.
Oh,
everybody
everyone
was
was on
like,
him for that one.
you know what I
Oh
mean?
my god.
Nobody was ready for that, and he missed it.
Mhm.
And I think Effort hit the post like 3 minutes after that. They hit the post, they
Oh,
almost had a goal. And you can hear the whole
yeah.
chat like, oh my God, we got so lucky. Because if they would have put that one in, I don't know you guys' rules. You guys were like in the seventh quarter because you guys kept backing out, coming back in, going back out. It's like the hokey pokey. I didn't know what was going on, but you guys knew the rules. Like
Mhm.
our team, the first 10 minutes, we didn't even know what formation we're playing. So big ups to both teams that were backing out and coming back in and playing the way the rules were. But when Bolt missed that PK, I actually felt like, wow, Effort might come out with this win because that was it right there. What
Yep.
more did you guys want? And you can feel the momentum kind of shift, and they hit the post. I was like, oh, they're on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I don't know
let's
if you
let's
saw,
go
but I
ahead
had
and
I had a
and let's go ahead and talk about the game. I had a part to talk about the game, and let's go ahead and take it now. So you guys go up 2-0 pretty early, right? When they pretty much tie it, what's going through your head?
I'll let Buns take this. I wasn't available for like the first and second game because I had some family business to take care of, but I'll let Buns take care of it.
Yeah, so the unfortunate thing was, of all games, the one game that EA decides that I'm done playing in is the first game of the playoffs. So we go up 2-0, and then I think in like 2 minutes of real time, not game time, I lag out. It just says you lost connection. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no, this cannot, like, of all games,
Yeah.
not this one, right? And so then I'm in the menus, and then I'm trying to find the stream, and then before I know, it's already 2-2. And then at that point I was like, oh my gosh, this is not good. I was a little nervous. But credit to our team. They stuck in there. They didn't completely blow the lead up. And then the second game was tight as
Talk
well.
about the emotions that you guys feel when you guys are playing. Do you guys feel like you guys are actually in a real live game? Like all the emotions go through you, right? Because I get mad. I have to play mad. If I'm these last, I guess 6 games, I've been sober, drinking Gatorades, drinking coffee, and you know what? That's not me, man. I gotta drink some alcohol. I gotta get mad. I gotta throw elbows. I gotta kick somebody as I'm coming out. But what emotions do you guys go through knowing that it was a championship game, and it was your back to back, and you guys were facing the same rivals that you guys faced in season one?
Yeah,
uh,
it was crazy, man. I mean, effort is really good. They always bring it. And for me personally, my whole life I've never been much of a gamer. I never played a lot of games. The only game I really played was FIFA, and it was always like very casual, like, oh, I'll play for an hour, play some seasons or something, or some kickoff against the computer. Like I was always a very casual gamer. And then ever since Pro Club started, man, my hands have been sweating on that controller more than
uh,
more than I've ever been used to, especially yesterday, man. It's definitely intense, and it's also because you play all these games and you're trying to win. I know people say, "Oh, it's just a game," but if I'm gonna sit here and spend my time, my evenings playing, I don't play to lose. I play to win, right? Like we all do. So it definitely gets intense. Yeah, it gets crazy.
Timmy, what did you feel coming into game day?
man. Uh, for Chonchos, I was more of like, I already know how we're gonna play, how this is gonna go. We're gonna probably lose, but I probably shouldn't have come into that mentality. But then when I came to
We're gonna get our
Starless,
ass kicked. Hurry up, get
yeah,
inside, guys. We're gonna get our
yeah,
ass
like the
kicked. Hurry
Galaxy
up.
2020 season, we already know what's gonna happen. But yeah, but no, for Starless, I had to like switch it up. I was nervous. I was anxious. I was like, man, I gotta impress these fools. I gotta do my absolute best to prove these guys, I'm the real deal. And yeah, my whole like attitude changed completely, man. I was nervous, so like I couldn't talk on the mic at all. I had to just shut up and just listen.
You said that you weren't able to play yesterday. How was your emotions like watching the game?
Oh, it was crazy, man. I thought we had it because we were in the lead 2-0, and I was like, all right, we got this in the bag. But then I click on the stream again, and we drew 2-2. I'm like, oh, what the heck? What happened? But then I saw that Buns lagged out. I was like, man, that makes a lot more sense, because if Noah wouldn't have lagged out, that game would have been a whole different story. We were talking about that in the chat last night too.
Yeah, that was a quite unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah, but things happen for a reason to make it interesting. Cause man, the
yeah.
chat was live. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And you know what? I was out like, "Hey, when are they going to PKs?" Because fuck, we're in the fifth quarter.
Yeah,
And you know
I
what?
didn't,
Go
but
ahead. Go ahead, Noah.
Oh no, yeah, I know the rules are a little different. I know than Liga G. I know Peyton made them, and I kind of get his reasoning because I think the whole thing was with penalties. I don't really think any other team has a goalkeeper in the league. It feels like it's very much up to EA who determines it. So Peyton was like, "We'll just play actual game minutes, right? Extra time or real time, I should say, to give each team the best opportunity to win as fair as possible." So I know it got a little confusing. Even I was confused by the rules, but yeah, it was.
I was thinking that you guys are gonna start doing corner kicks. You take a corner kick, your turn to take a corner kick, like they do in college. Like your turn, my turn. I was like, hey, and I get that reason too, because you guys don't play with an any, and Liga G does play with an any.
Yeah.
So obviously the difference of the leagues, that's what I think what makes it interesting because it is different. Whether it's the same sport, it is different rules, different ways of playing, and different ways of managing each team. So how now that you learn to go back to win with a championship, do you think Chonchos are gonna listen to you now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Even though it's a Mickey Mouse stream, but I learned a lot coming from Star Lords. I learned how to become a leader, and now I'm gonna start yelling at my teammates, bro, to be better. And I'm already making moves, so just keep that on the down low for now.
Talking about making moves, I want to ask you an opinion about one of your guys' players. So, Galacticos, we made a splash move. I think probably the biggest move of this season so far. We went and we got both from Star Lords. What do we get with him? What does he bring to us?
Oh man, Bo is a natural goal scorer. All you need is someone to like support him as like a second striker type of thing, and he will just bag them all in, bro. You just gotta have that perfect cam that'll read both plays. I feel like just bag them in.
He's a striker, man. I mean, he does what a striker's supposed to do, score goals.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny because before I played with him, when I first started playing like the Cosmos C, like back in the day when we first started, I used to play against him all the time, and I was a center back and he's a striker. It was the most annoying thing. I'm like, this guy never stops making runs. Is the most painful guy to play against. And then we were on the same team. I kind of had a sigh of relief. I was like, oh, I don't have to go up against him anymore. I can kind of
Are you guys looking to transition like I know he has. Obviously, Kevin said he was probably the biggest one that transitioned, but I know Rudy from Straight from the Stands has transitioned. I know Jern from Straight from the Stands transitioned. I know Jesse is also part of our team that transitioned from Straight from the Stands to
Mhm.
pro clubs or to our side. Boat. I know there's a couple of starters are looking for players.
Yeah.
Uh, is that something you guys talked about, like transition during the off season and then coming back to Liga Galaxia?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, personally, I have not, but maybe in the future I might possibly will. But as of right now, I am not looking to transition. And but unless like a team is like interested, but as of right now, nah, not really. I'm not really interested in transitioning.
You can always shoot your shot, baby. You're shooting your shot right now. There's some people in the chat.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not feeling it right now. We'll see how it goes.
And then how was it that you guys joined Liga Galaxia? Like for example, Noah, how was it that you joined Star Lords?
So I joined Cosmo SC, the main one when it first started after the Scott created the PS4 one. So I remember I checked DM Payton a while back when he said he was starting one up, and so I started playing with those guys, and then obviously the whole Cosmo SC Xbox team just began to grew, and then there were multiple teams, and so I was playing with a bunch of different guys, and then it was really me, Adrian, about and one other guy named Ballin. His real name's Edgar. We just call him Ballin. This is gamer tag. And us three would just play by ourselves most nights for probably a couple of weeks. It was just us three playing pro clubs, at night and just laughing and goofing around. And then when we heard that Peyton was looking to create a league because of all the players that they were there, we came up with the idea of just making our own team, and then that's kind of how it started. And then we got a bunch of other players to come and join, and then one of our players, Drew, he came up with the name Star Lords, and then that just started the whole Star Lords 96.
And Timmy, you were part of that Cosmo SC at first as well, right? And talk
Yes,
about
I was part of this.
how Chonchos came about after you being a part of Cosmo SC.
Okay, so yeah, I was one of the OG members with Adrian and Peyton. We were a part of the first team for Cosmo, and that experience was something different, man. It was cool. It was crazy. But it kind of just like died down for a bit. But then Peyton came up with this great idea. He was like, "Oh, why don't we just start a league?" So I was like, "All right, cool. I'll come back. I'll come back and play this." So I got a bunch of like my high school homies who happened to also support LA Galaxy. So I'm like, "Bro, why don't we all just make a team and just play pro clubs?" And that's how Chanchos was born. And if anyone doesn't know by now, Chanchos is inspired by the name of the taco truck that's inside the digs. So just a little, fun fact for you right there. But yeah, that's how Chanchos came about. It's pretty much my high school homies and people I know from back home. And yeah, that's how it was born.
I'm trying to say that Cosmo SC started Liga G and Xbox. So big shout out to Cosmo SC. You know,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Noah, what are you looking forward for season 3? Like, how do you feel about your guys' chances of winning another championship?
knowing that you guys are losing players and some players are retired.
Yeah, yeah, I know Vic retired, and yeah, I mean, I still have high hopes. I mean, I think our team's one of the best. So I mean, I expect the best, right? I expect another championship. But I know it's going to be tougher because I know there's been rumors of more teams coming to the league, and that also, that obviously makes it a lot more competitive and a lot more closer in the standings. So I expect that, but at the end of the day, I think our team's the best, and we got to go for a three-peat.
And then, how do you feel, Timmy, about going back to Chonchos? Like, for example, do you have like a game plan of what you guys have to do now, like what you have to work on, or how are you gonna go about that?
We definitely do have a new game plan. We're going to try out a new formation, possibly. I'm not going to say which one it is, but just know we're going to try it out. And if that works, cool. But if it doesn't, we're obviously going to make changes. But, I'm confident. I'm confident that we're going to put Chonchos back on the map, bro. Positives.
Now, if a player from Liga G wants to transition to Xbox, what do you guys recommend or what do you guys suggest that we do?
I've been looking into this guy for a little bit. I like the way he plays. Gilbert, the striker from Rhino 96, I believe it is.
Yeah,
I
but
like the
he
way
comes
that guy
with a
plays.
package. He comes with a package. He comes with a package called Geo.
Oh, word. Is he the attacking mid, right?
He's
For
the one
90
with the
Rhinos?
pills. He's the one with the pills. That's all I know.
Oh shit. Hey, you know what? We'll see. I like him. I like the way that guy plays.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I think it's cool. I mean, I love to see that Liga G players come into the Xbox League. Hopefully, you get some more teams just to create a better atmosphere and diversity between in the league itself. But yeah, I mean that'd be awesome. Obviously I'm gonna advertise my team, because we're back to back champs. But yeah, if they're interested, I would definitely suggest that they join because I mean we all know the Liga G is a little more. Definitely a bigger league and a more well known league than Xbox League. It's a little bit smaller here, but any way for us to be able to grow the league and get it into the big leagues, as they'd say, we take that opportunity.
Rumor has it that Scott's affiliated already with Pina. He already has a pre-signed contract, right? So if
Yes.
Scott goes, that means Manny's not that behind. So then I have to go to another team.
Hey man, we can probably find some room. You know what I mean? But yeah, Scott is coming for season 3, so that's really
But if
cool.
I go, I'm gonna have to take Kevin with me.
Yeah, and then we're gonna start.
Chapin's gonna get jealous. Chapin's gonna get jealous, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna have to take. Kevin already has an Xbox, so I can take him with me.
Yeah, we just gotta get an Xbox for Manny. But you know what? I think when it gets to a point that if you can have a player, you'll figure it out, right, Manny?
We did for both, right? We'll
Yeah.
figure this shit out. Yeah, we figured out. Hey, we've done. Hey, it's shipping right now, so it's overseas. So we'll figure it out. We'll find a way how to get over there. So if there's a will, there's a way. And right now, I'm curious to see how it is on the other side.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's dope, bro. Come check it out.
And then you guys are both in school, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So how has it been? Because I know you guys probably have online classes now, so it's much different. So has this kind of like gave you guys something else to do, or how has this league been for you guys now? We can start with Noah.
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting because I obviously I've never taken this many online classes before. I've definitely had a lot more free time. I've definitely played a lot more Xbox than I used to the delight of my parents. But yeah, it's been fun just getting to know people, especially Galaxy fans, as I've stated earlier. So it's definitely something interesting. I haven't been used to this. This is a new thing for me, having online classes and then having the night kind of free. Not a lot of places to go right now because everything's closed. But
Hey, look at the bright side. You can tell people you're a jock. Hey, I got practice. I gotta go, man. I got a game. I gotta go. You can leave class early. Be like, hey, you get yourself a Letterman jacket. You put that Star-Lord patch. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm a city champ. What they're gonna tell you? You're lying. You have the Twitch to prove it. I'm just saying, get yourself a cheerleader, bro. Get yourself a cheerleader.
look at the
No,
2 stars.
Noah, you mentioned your parents, like when you tell them, hey, I'm in practice, or do they kind of look at you like, man, what is this guy talking about, or how is that conversation?
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. Now, I'll state the obvious. I'm Indian, Asian, right? And we know how Asian parents are with studies and school. Pretty strict. So I tell them I got pro clubs practice. They're like, "You finish your homework?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "Okay, you can go." So I still get that, but I think over time they've gotten more used to me doing that. And it's been cool. I mean, they don't know a whole lot about it, but it's just cool for myself to be able to.
Do they support you when you play? Because I know we have a player in our team. I think he's 12. I believe he's 12, but I end up calling him by the wrong name the first time he started practicing with us, and his name is not that, but I end up calling him Crispy Ass. And for some reason, when he made his debut with us, his whole family was watching the Twitch. Like they were like supporting behind him. I was like, hey man, I don't have that shit at my house. They'll hit me. They'll throw that chancla at my ass. Like, hey, hurry up and finish up and go fucking cook or something.
Yeah. No, I don't think my parents have ever watched a stream. Actually, my dad's seen a couple times. He hasn't watched a stream, but I've shown him how pro clubs works. So he's come in while I've been playing, and I've shown him like, hey, this is how. Oh, that's my player. Those are the other guys, and then that's how it works. Kind of show him it around. But overall, would I say my parents are like, hey, how'd the game go? No, you know.
What about for you, Timmy? How has your experience playing in this league, balancing with online schooling? How has that been for you?
It's been cool. It gives me something else to do, you know, because I'm gonna admit it right here. I'm not a big school guy. I don't like doing school. Like I'm not good at school, but like it gives me something else to do, you know. I'm not like, you know, depressed throughout the day. You know, I have something to look forward to. So it's pretty dope.
Boom,
And
Timmy, we got you somebody that's good at school. You don't want to be in this school? Meet at the middle. There it is, man. You guys.
there you go.
There you go. We walked the stage together. Look at that.
There you go.
We made history right here in Community together. Hey, we got 2 high school graduates right here, baby, or
Let's
college,
go.
whatever you guys are in, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking Bible
I'm in
school. I don't
college.
care.
Yeah. But yeah, it gives me something to look forward to every day, bro. Especially when I'm playing with my really good friends. It's something to look forward to. I look forward to it all the time. And my parents don't really know about it. Like I tell my mom here and they're like, "Hey, mom, I gotta do this with my friends." I tell her it's with my friends instead of like, you know, she'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I don't tell her it's practice because she'll be like, "What the heck are you talking about, bro?" But yeah,
You know what's funny? We had a game. When was it? On Wednesday, and my mom knows I play, but I was a little mad, so I guess I was yelling more than the usual, and she comes in like, this guy's just mad about a video game, but they don't understand,
exactly.
right? The what we're
Yeah.
trying to do. But Timmy, I know you're part of the G30 podcast. That's one of the new Galaxy podcasts. Explain what G30 is, and let us know how did that get started.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you back 2 years ago because I wasn't even involved in the conversation about the podcast. Like 2 years ago, it was between my boy Nelson Count Chocula and my boy Michael Destroyer CFC on Twitter, and they were talking about doing a podcast for a long time. And then a couple months before like the season one started for our tournament, he was like, "Hey, you know, me and Nelson were talking about, you know, starting a podcast together." So I'm like, "Oh, really? That would be dope." So we were like conversations going on. We haven't really committed to it yet because we didn't have like an idea of how we wanted our podcast yet. So like once like the Chancho season was pretty much over for like this like past 2 months, we were like, so how are we gonna like, you know, start out this podcast? So I think our boy Nelson was like, you know what? Why don't we make the podcast 30 minutes? And I'm like, bro, that's genius. Because, you know, all the other podcasts like Corner of the Galaxy, they're like, you know, longer podcasts. And you know, we on our podcast, we like to keep it short and sweet. So like it's a dope way to, you know, format our podcast. And it's crazy because it's just like from how I describe this podcast also is just like talking to like 2 of my homies with the Galaxy. And sometimes we'll have a guest on. And man, this podcast has been shown a lot of love ever since like our pilot episode. It's absolutely insane through the discourse, through Twitter. It's been crazy. I was like, man, I was overwhelmed with joy because I didn't think it would get, you know, this much success so quick. Because we got a shout out from Chris Tucker, the guy from the White Squadcast, and I was like, man, that's like huge. That's crazy. He supports us, and I was like, and then like Corner of the Galaxy started like, you know, shouting us out, and I was like, oh my god, is it gonna ever end? And then you guys recognized us as well. I was like, oh man, more G's, you know, that's crazy. I was like, oh, I was overwhelmed. Me and the boys were overwhelmed. We're like, man, this is crazy how much support we're getting right now. And then I'm getting hit ups with like, hey, let me be a guest on the podcast. And I'm like, man, but we would love to have you guys on the podcast someday.
Oh
You know
shit,
what?
for real. After this, let's go. But it's gonna go from G30 to fucking G 1 hour and a half because fuck
Yeah.
that, I could talk, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Hey,
know
we're gonna
what?
try and cap it at 35 minutes. 35 minutes, bro.
I like what you guys are doing because, like you said, you guys keep it short and sweet. And I like a lot of the stuff you guys had talked about. Like I talked to you a few days ago about a conversation you guys had that I liked, and maybe we could touch on that in a little bit. But what about you? Know, have you ever thought about doing any Galaxy content? Maybe doing graphics or videos, or maybe going into a podcast, or how do you feel about those kind of stuff?
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. Before going into podcast, you're in a podcast, so check that out.
yeah.
It's a box.
This is a major milestone in my LA Galaxy resume. But yeah, I've definitely thought about different things. I think one of the actual ideas that I've had, and I still haven't done anything with it, but I'm definitely considering it, is like right now I'm in the process of getting my coaching license, right? So coaching is something I've always wanted to do. And so part of getting your coaching license is when I watch Galaxy games. Sometimes I like to pay attention to certain things, tactics and things like that. So I always thought about creating some sort of channel or something where I could just focus on analyzing different tactical aspects of the Galaxy and maybe their opponents. Doing previews and things like that are more specific instead of just generic, like pay attention to this player kind of thing.
One person you should follow that that's pretty cool and all that is Adam Serrano. He's a pretty cool guy, and I mean, he has a lot of inside stuff that a lot of people don't know. And did you learn anything from GBS? His hands gestures, and when you're disappointed in the player, what are you guys supposed to do? How you're supposed to stand? Did you
Just
learn
sit down the
anything
whole
that
game.
from GBS?
Yeah, well, that was the biggest kind of disappointment that I had with GBS is that a lot of times it felt like there was a lack of emotion, and I'm not one of those fans that sits there and says, I want to hear the coach scream, because they can be yelling all they want. If we're losing 5-0, we lose 5, like it doesn't matter, but
I want that fool to cuss that fool out. I want him to cuss him out. That's when I know he still cares. Cuss that fool out. I don't care if we're losing 10. Still cuss them out.
Yes, sometimes, man, it just felt like GBS seemed kind of lost in the game. We would be losing or the game would be kind of stale, and I just see him sitting on the bench, hands on his chin, just resting, and I'm thinking, does this guy know what he's doing? Because I know he has a good resume. We all wanted him. Like, I'll be honest, I wanted GBS when we were looking.
Same here.
I was satisfied with the hire when it happened.
Hey, but he was hugging Boateng, and Boateng became a champion. So maybe he knew something that we didn't. Boateng probably was the key.
Yeah,
the glue that put the whole championship together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it didn't end well, obviously, but yeah, now we're looking ahead to the future. I'm excited for Vanny.
Vanny, we trust.
Yeah, he's someone that we saw can win a championship in MLS 2.0, 3.0. And that's something that I think the Galaxy needs. I feel like we've been behind for a while. We're always catching up to other teams, and I'm kind of done with that, man. I don't want to be this team. I don't want to be the laughing stock. We should be the pride of MLS, not the wooden spoon winners.
Put that on the banner, baby. Put that on the banner. Pride of MLS.
I think it's really frustrating, right? Pretty much the last few years, everything we've gone through. But you know what? I do want us to talk about Galaxy. We're just gonna right now. What we're gonna do? We're gonna give away our first giveaway. So we're gonna give out one picture right now. Then we're gonna go into Liga Galaxia, and then Liga G. And after Liga G, we're gonna give out the second one, and then we'll finish with some Galaxy talk. So just give me a quick second.
Good luck, people. Good luck. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I win, suckers, you guys are done.
All right, so let's go.
Is my burner account in there? Because I put 3 of them in there.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and spin this, and it's gonna give us our first winner.
Do you need a drum roll?
Drum roll.
With the drums in the back, right? And I'm doing this.
Oh, Cheesy. He was our guest last week, and he wins one of the pictures courtesy of Darwin. And then for those
classics, Cheesy.
For those that don't know which were the images we're giving away, we'll put one on the screen. So we are gonna have one more. These are 11 by 14, and we're gonna be giving out one more in a little bit as well. So for Cheesy,
hey, Cheesy, let me borrow it.
Then Cheesy, we'll reach out to you and have you reach out to Darwin. But let's go ahead and go into Liga G. So Manny, we have pretty much finished week 2, going into week 3 of Liga G. How has this season been in your eyes? Like, have you liked what you've seen with the competition, or how has it been?
First of all, do you guys follow Liga G here and there?
Here and there, yeah.
All right, cool. But the competition, man, been fierce. Man, I hate everybody in the league. I want to see them at the stadium. If they're rocking another jersey, I'm gonna punch them because right now we're in last place. And I told them from the beginning that I didn't want to be in last place, but we are.
Damn.
But you know what? All it takes is that first win. Then we got 2 great players joining us as well. So I think there's only one way, and it's up. But you guys, I know with Star Lords, you guys have a partnership with Pineapples. Do you guys keep up with what goes on with Pineapple? And if you guys do, what have you thought about their season so far?
Yeah, we definitely keep up with Pineapple. You know, they're a really cool like team overall, and they've definitely supported us, and definitely given us some more publicity. I've been keeping up with them. It seems like they've had some twists and turns so far in the road, but they have a good overall squad. I think that's their main thing. So it's not like there's a lack of talent or a lack of ability there. I think they have good players. I think it just might take some time. I know they had a few players leave, I think, after the last season. But yeah, I still think they can be back at the top.
Yeah, I think we had some changes uh, this week or week and a half. There were some drops and add-ons. Like you said, some of the original pineapples left to Rhino and Senor Papa, and they're fighting the top. Those guys, I got hats off to them. They're good. They're good, and they brought in and they recruited some players that I don't think we knew about them, and then now they're showing off and they're good. And hopefully one of them gets hurt, or a lot of them get hurt, or I cut off their internet. One of those two, so we can win some games because the OGs are out. We're fighting the bottom. The OGs, we're fighting the bottom with the new kids. They're up top, fucking winning everything. You know, uh, Obviously Beer Belly took our striker. Beer Belly was a good team, regardless. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. But I think we recruited and we brought in two good strikers that complement our team, and hopefully we get that next W coming in Sunday. CD Angelino's out. I know is out there recruiting. Walnut Park, they're tight as nuts. Uh, you know what I mean? De la Guerra is out there. They have their game plan, so they know who they are. It just one game day can just change your whole stuff. Or you can be in first place, you can be down to last. One goal, I think right now, Rhino or Senor Papa's on top by goal difference,
We could
by
go over
one
the
goal.
standings. I have them right here. So Rhino is in first place. Like Manny says, they have 19 is their goal difference, and Senor Papa has 18 being their goal difference. And then in third place is G Empire with 15 points. Beer Belly Boys with 15 points as well. They're tied in goal difference as well. And fifth place we have Pineapple with 12, and then with 9 points we have De La Guerra, CD
All right, bro. Stop there.
Angelinos.
Stop there. Stop there. Don't go too low. They can
Hey,
be.
no,
They
no,
can
no.
be. They
Well,
can
I'm,
be.
I'm, I'm saving the best for last. So Walnut with 9, Barcelona with 6, and Borachex with 6, and then saving the best for last. Galacticos were down there with 3, but like I said, there's only one way, and it's up. We play Angelinos this on Sunday, so it should be a good matchup against them. They have 9 points, so I'm pretty sure they're having a good season, and I believe they pulled an upset. They beat Beer Belly Boys, right, Manny?
Yeah, like I said, like as hard as to be in this league, it is hard because it's only one game. And as much as you practice, as much it's not a series. Before we used to have a series, now it's just one game. So if you have a bad game, there's good teams that are going to put them away and just not let you out, and then that's it. And then you have to forget about that game and jump on to the next game because everybody plays different formations, everybody plays different style, and all depends on who they're playing. And I think that a lot of people like study each other. You know what I mean? They study on how they play against each other. Everybody has a game plan, and right now our game plan is fuck. We fuck up for the first 15 minutes. We're barely fighting our formation. You can't give that to good teams. And right now, I think Liga G is the most competitive that it has been.
Yeah, I think the competition is really, really good. Last season it was competitive, but now with Senor Papa coming in and Rhinos, I think it just made it. And I think splitting Cosmos helped because it balanced everything. And I feel it's there's no easy win. Like for example, us we could lose a game, but then we compete against de la Guerra, right? So it's like you might lose, but then the next one is a win. And I think that competition is really good right now.
Yeah, Liga G is fun to watch. The competitiveness that's between all the players and all the teams is very, very entertaining. Even just watching the streams, I'm kind of just sitting there like, oh my gosh, what could happen, who's going to score, who's not going to score. It's definitely interesting. Also, I love how you guys have a lot. I think you have a 10, 11 teams, something like that, in the league.
Yeah, we have
Eleven.
11 teams. You know what
Yeah.
I do like? Also the banter. You know what I mean? These guys' creativity. I think they have bobblehead, pin night.
I think those
Yeah.
bobbleheads
They have.
were really cool.
I'm still over De La Guerra's freaking guys start talking, bro. I'm like, what the? These are toy soldiers, or what the fuck they doing? They're talking,
And
and
the accents.
whoever did that voiceover needs an Oscar. My name is Jinjinho. I play midfield. I was like, what the? I was laughing, bro. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah. So yeah, we pretty much have a really competitive league. But Manny, let's talk about Sunday. We had the first, we could say, national broadcast. It was the GSPN broadcast. Can you talk about that?
Big shout out to Albie. He's the man behind the scenes making all of this happen. You know what I mean? Like I was telling a lot of people, I'm not the commissioner. I'm not this. We all have different roles within the league. We have an administration league. We have the managers. So you know what I mean. But Albie behind the GSPN, he got this down. My hats off to him. I would never be able to pull that off. Shit, I can barely pull off this goddamn shit in Zoom. I'm not gonna be able to pull that off with people playing. You're remotely doing it, and he has the sponsors, and he has everything. And also, big shout out to Corner of the Galaxy, Guessman, Hammer. They called a good game, man. You know what? We gave them a good show. I think for being the first GSPN, it was back to back. We lost in overtime, but they were into it, and they even talked about it in their podcast. So I think it's getting somewhere with these GSPN. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna be on the last one.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's been really really cool. Like you say, it was a good game. I think that's what makes it fun because I mean we go down early 2-0 and we come back. We go to overtime and then we end up giving up two more. But I think it's just gonna make it so much more fun. I wasn't able to really see it because we were playing, but I'm excited for the next one to be able to see that. I think it's gonna be a really cool experience.
Noah,
What
Timmy, did you guys end up catching it?
No, I didn't. But I'll be sure. Which one? Which one are you gonna broadcast, Manny? I'll be
Um,
sure to tune into that one.
I'm gonna broadcast G Empire versus Borrachos.
All
So
right, big
I
bets.
have a little bit of ties to them. So you know what I mean. So that's gonna be a good game, and their banter's been going back and forth. So that's gonna be good. I know they're rivals right now,
so
but
to
they're
to go over this
but they hold hands. They
GSPN.
hold hands after the pitch, though.
To go over the GSPN broadcast, pretty much night two is going to be Thursday, February 18th. That's going to be a doubleheader, Senor Papa versus Pineapple, and De La Guerra against Barcelona. And then that's going to be
It's gonna be
called by,
Tucker.
yeah, by Tucker, the guys at Riot Squadcast. It's going to be Ed and Tucker, so I think that's going to be really cool. And then the third one is going to be Beer Belly Boys against Rhino, and then Galactic Empire against Borachex. That's February 28th. It's a Sunday, being called by Manny and Brun.
No, you say you caught the Gesman and Hammer stream. How did you like it? Being a fan coming in and watching the game, how did you like it? Did you like it? Did you want to see more of it? Do you not like it? Be honest. Like all we're gonna do is probably fight you at the stadium, but be honest.
No, dude, it was awesome. Seriously. I mean, credit to Albie, that's his name, who does the production behind the scenes. I mean, it was crazy to watch. At first, I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool." I mean, he had the whole field set up. He had the commentators, towards the bottom of the screen. The audio. It was really cool to watch and just see how far this league has come. I definitely think it's something that you guys should keep doing because it really adds to the production and the quality of what Liga G has become.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start going into our second giveaway of the Prince by Darwin. And for those that
But before you do that,
yeah,
make sure you guys catch on to the games on Sunday. Liga G is back on Sunday. Stream start at 8:30. If you guys don't know what stream to watch, go to the Corner of the Galaxy. It's on the website. There's all the streams are there. If you want to catch a little bit of everything, go to Liga G 96 Twitch. It shows all the streams here and there. So you know what I mean. All the games support everybody.
all right, guys. So we are gonna go into that second giveaway. So let's see who's gonna be the lucky person to win that second print by Darwin.
If I win, I take a shot.
El Chapin, that's the right back from Galacticos. So I'm gonna keep
No,
that print.
hombre, loco. No,
Is-
that's his jersey.
do you want to reach out to him and see?
Nah, I forfeit that. Go again.
Go
Nah,
again?
I can buy him. I'll buy him wings. Ya le compro una cerveza, es bolo. That's his jersey. I can buy him all the time. He's part of us. So
All
go
right.
again. Do that shit
So
again.
we're gonna turn
You
it again.
lost. You lost by being my friend.
All right. So let's see who's gonna be the winner. We're gonna redo it. That's me. And all right, so we're gonna go to a third one because I came out as the second winner, and I wanted to be among one of the people that watch and tag people. So we're gonna go ahead and spin this wheel one more time. So the winner of the second print is gonna be our links. So we're gonna be reaching out to you guys, letting you know what you guys have to do to get your prints. But pretty good giveaway for the first time. We want to give a big shout out to
Or
Marvin.
Links, I think he's a part of Beer Bellies.
Okay, I'm not too sure,
I
but
think
I'm
so.
a
I'm not sure 100% sure, but I think so. But I think that's because I think I seen him on the manager chat. I think he's the manager of Beer Bellies. I'm not 100% sure. If I'm wrong, then let me know. About to start, you lost, fool, for being my friend. Congratulations.
I think it is. So pulling up the profile, I believe it's Richard Juarez. So I think it is the guy from Beer Bellies. If you guys are in the chat, go ahead and say hi. But we want to give a big shout out to Darwin because those prints were pretty much pictures taken by him. So for those that don't know, if you ever need a photographer, go ahead and reach out to him on Instagram, Darwin Visuals. If you guys have any needs for a photographer, feel free to reach out to him.
Yeah, he's our official Galaxy Outlaws photographer. He's out there. He has some good prints. He has some good pictures. Check him out. He sells them. Support him. Um, that's why we actually got some prints from him. So give him a follow and show him some love.
All right, guys. So now I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Galaxy. It's still been somewhat quiet, but today, pretty much, we heard the news that the players' union and the league pretty much came into an agreement for the CBA. How excited are you, Noah, that the CBA talks is over and now we could start looking forward to preseason?
Yeah, man, I'm very excited, happy that that's kind of done because I know this is something that's been going on for a while. And for me as an MLS fan, I don't have all the knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes with the CBA agreement and all that. But as a fan, I'm just looking forward to the season. So I'm very happy that they finally reached an agreement with the league and that we can really get started on this season. And now all eyes are on the Galaxy, at least for me.
What about you, Timmy? How do you feel about the news that pretty much all the CBA drama is over and now we could finally start paying attention to and looking forward to preseason?
I was like, I'm hyped, man. I'm like, damn, finally, they finally reached an agreement. They were supposed to reach an agreement yesterday, but it took a little bit more of another extra day, I believe it was. And I'm just hyped. We finally got a set in stone season, April 3rd. I think the original day was going to be April 2nd, but he just moved it back a day. And I'm hyped because now the Galaxy have a end line where they have to have a full roster. So hopefully, and I'm praying that the Galaxy have more player announcements or, wherever else they're going to add to the squad. So I'm hoping and praying. Oh, and I'm waiting for that jersey announcement too.
You know what? When it comes to the jersey, I think we're all waiting to pretty much just once it comes out, pretty much buy it. But now that we're talking about players and about
I have a question. Everybody's buying that. Everybody's anticipating that jersey, right? That's gonna be fire. But what if it's trash? Y'all still buying it?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
we
just
are,
depends.
because you know why? Because everybody's on fucking eBay paying $2,000 for like an old ass jersey. So I think that everybody's gonna buy it now because everybody's like, no, I do not want to pay that shit later.
Yeah, that's fair. I probably am.
It'll be trash and be better than this home jersey. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, listen, everyone has their opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the home jersey, the 2021. I just felt it was kind of bland. It was just white and gray, and it didn't feel really. I wanted some color in there. I like last year's that had the blue and the gold and the white. I feel like it felt more like a Galaxy jersey. So I mean, at this point, I mean, our expectations aren't too high.
Maybe Adidas should reach out to some Liga Galaxia versus or Liga G people and actually convert the jersey to be tight because we have some pretty good
Yeah.
ass jerseys. I'm gonna say that shit. We have some nice jerseys. I have the whole collection. My shit don't have stars, but that's a good collection though.
Soon, bro, soon.
Hopefully sooner than later. Look, fuck it. Why you laugh, bro? You're supposed to have my back, Kevin. Why you
Hey,
laugh? You
I'm
said
telling
soon.
you,
Why you laugh?
I've been saying it. We are going on the way up. I'm still pretty positive that we're gonna sneak in, catch fire at the right time, and make a run. So, and then
Well,
I
if we
still,
don't sneak in,
I still
if we
got to
don't
help
sneak
you
in,
win some bets too.
yeah, if we don't sneak in, I hope I hold people's ankles so they don't go in either. Cause fuck that. And I need to win those bets because if not, I'm gonna go viral, and I don't want to do that.
But now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on with the Galaxy. So one of the news is the staff pretty much was announced, and the news that Dominic Kinnear is no longer with the Galaxy. How do you guys feel about that move, Timmy?
You know what? I was a little bit bummed. I'm not gonna lie. Dom was our interim coach for when things got bad. He made it a little bit better than how it was those first two seasons. I am gonna miss him because that man knows a lot about the league and how it's supposed to work, especially in today's league. But I'm gonna miss him. He was a really important part of that Galaxy process. We're still going through that process, but he was an important part of it, of at least getting it a little bit better. So hopefully he'll be on a good team or somebody will pick him up. I'm sure he will.
How do you feel about that move, Noah?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of in the same boat with Timmy. I was a little sad because I just felt bad for the guy because he never had the head coaching role, and it seemed like it was on repeat after repeat. The head coach gets fired, Dominic gets put in charge. He goes on a good run. Then the next season, he's back to assistant coach. Then that coach gets fired. Then he goes on a good run, and he's back to assistant coach, right? And so, I feel bad in the sense that he never really got his own proper season to take charge. And he's also, I mean, I think he's the third winningest coach of all time in MLS. I think something like that, behind like Bruce and Siggy. So yeah, I mean, obviously the guy knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. So it's sad to see him go.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
I
bad.
hope he has success with whatever other path he has in his future.
I don't feel bad. If the Galaxy's wanting to do, they know how to like give him like a second option. What if he's in charge of the academy? Now that Kevin Hart's not there,
That'd be
Kevin Hart.
huge.
Yeah,
That'd be huge.
You know what I mean?
Because that's a big like upgrade from Kevin Harmon. All props to Kevin Harmon. He's a really good head coach. But like if you have Dom, an MLS Cup winner, that's huge.
I actually like it because that takes away the blanket from players. I think he was a blanket for players to come in and talk to him, and then from him talk to either DTK or Klein separately, because there's a language barrier with GPS or not, but when me as a head coach, I want my team. I don't want nobody else's team. I want my team because they know how to report to me. If I have somebody else's person with me, that person may not be as loyal to me as it is to that other person.
That's
yeah,
fair.
So I think it's fair for Dom to either, hey, I got the head job or I move on. Now, if it's to the academy side, whether it's to the development side or to another MLS team, I think it's only fair for him and it's only fair for Greg to have his people there, because other than that, you're gonna have that blanket, and I think that's why we called our team soft, because they had that blanket. They
Yeah.
could go not show up, and Dom can be like, "Oh, they don't want to play from. They don't want to play from. Put me in. I could get them going." And that's being toxic inside the locker room.
And I agree. I think, and we said it last week in the show when it still wasn't official. We're talking if we wanted to have Kinnear be part of the staff. And I'm in the same boat. I think it's better to move on because he's always going to be there. He's pretty good with players, and that's why players like him and they go with him. But then that takes away from the coach. It's like with your parents, when you have that one parent that says yes for everything and the one that says no, You're not gonna go to the one that says no, right? And it kind
Yeah,
of
no.
goes back to the players as well, because in both occasions when the coaches got fired, like we saw that little spark because yeah, players did want to play for him, but I wasn't willing and I wasn't ready to have him be our head coach. I wanted to move on and go with something different. But let's look forward. Let's say he doesn't stay with the Galaxy in any form or way. Do you guys see him actually getting another coaching opportunity elsewhere in the league?
I definitely do, but I don't think he's going to be a head coach because we've offered him the job. Actually, if you guys don't recall, we've offered him the job, but he turned it down. He doesn't want to be like a head coach. He just wants to be the assistant. He wants to have that second point of view in the field, like to give points to the head coach that hey, I see that we're doing this, but I want you to see it this way. I want you to be like, he'll give his point out with the head coach. I feel like
I
that's
think
what
he's
he
gonna.
wants to do.
I think he is gonna be a head coach, but it's gonna be at the lower bracket side because I don't think he want to take the Galaxy side because the fan base. You lose 2 games, get out.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
Um,
That's fair.
if he goes to fucking Austin or he goes to like Cincinnati, he goes to all these lower teams that are not a big market. The expectation is not there. If they make it to playoffs, great, and if they don't, oh well. You know what I mean? Look at Nashville. They did okay this last season, but who knows if they're gonna make the same run again? Now that people know how
Yeah.
the way they play, I can see him in that type of Nashville, Cincinnati, um, Dallas type of coach that is not like, hey, as long as you make the playoffs, great. If you don't, you're good. You know what I mean? The expectation is not as big as it is here. Like you
Yeah,
need to
that's
make the
fair.
playoffs. You need to make playoffs. You need to show that we're gonna be a contender sometime. And I don't
Yeah.
think he has that. I think he can win. I just don't think he wants that pressure.
Yeah, he could definitely make a change if he definitely goes to a team like Cincinnati or Austin. He could definitely make a huge change. I feel like because he understands how the MLS works, especially in today's MLS. It's so complex and how the rules are arranged and stuff. He could, find his way around. I have faith in him. He's a really good coach. He's an MLS Cup winner. It's a
I
big deal
personally
around the
would keep
league.
him in the academy. Make sure that he's developing the academy. I
Yeah,
will
same,
personally do that.
same.
I think he's great with that. I think he loves LA. I think he likes living here. I would actually keep him in the academy and develop these kids that are going to become pros. Because I
Yeah,
think that's what we're missing. That one coach that can show these guys how to be pros.
yeah, that'd be a
G2
huge
does
upgrade.
good, but once they make that transition from G2 to being pros, it's a big gap. You
It's
see
a big
Alvarez, you
difference.
see Zubac, you see Tayore. You know what I mean? They just can't make that jump to become starters, and I think that's what we're missing. The only one that's actually has came out that plays pretty good that we all see as a starter is Araujo.
Yeah, that man balls out.
Yeah, big
And
balls.
also Dunbar when he was given his chance, that man balled out. Even though he was subbed out early, but on his chance he was balling out. I have a little soft spot for him because he's from Carson. I call him like the Carson King or like my Carson homie. But even though I don't know him personally, but I have a little soft spot for him and I'm rooting for him. And hopefully, and I'm praying and I'm manifesting it now that we get him as a guest for the G30 podcast for maybe 15 minutes. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, sound like a little quickie, huh?
Yeah.
And you know what? And I've been saying it as well. And last season, that's one of the things I would say. I know GBS didn't have a lot of options on the bench, but he had Dunbar. And every time he came in, he showed something. He showed a little spark. And he showed
More
that
than
he's.
Quayle.
Yeah, exactly. And well, we know that GBS had a really soft spot for Cuello. He pretty much liked. I don't know if it was because he was also from Argentina or why, but
You
Dunbar,
know
I
what?
felt they should have gave him more opportunities.
You know what? That makes
100%.
sense because the Argentinians they kiss each other in the cheek, like they hug each other, and people here from LA, they're like, "Were you trying to hug me? The fuck?"
And
He said, "No,
Cuello,
Exactly.
we say what's up, homie. That's how we say what's up. You trying to hug me?"
Cuello kind of looked like the third
Exactly.
twin a little bit. He looked like the nephew of GPS. Like he kind of looked alike a little bit.
Now, what's funny is that because we were at the stadium one time and Gordon Wild, we were looking at the
Oh,
players
another good
coming
one.
in. We are looking at the players coming in, and then we are like, where's Gordon Wild came in? Like, hey, he's gonna come in like in a little Corolla, little Honda, like a rich G. And he came in as a passenger on a 2006 Honda Civic. He was like, "What's up, guys?" I'm like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Gordon Wild." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, hey, you got to clock in and clock out for lunch or what? Because, yeah, did it give you that Chevrolet contract?
That's not that man. That sucks for Wild, man. He was given his chance too, and he performed well. I think he performed well. He should have definitely had more chances of coming off of the bench or possibly even starting because Zubac wasn't even doing much when he was given the chance.
Hey, doing
How
those
do you guys feel?
Zubac is
720s.
the goat.
How do you
Zubac is
guys
my
feel
goat, bro.
about Tayorit not getting picked up no more?
I'll let Noah take care of this. I want to hear his
Tayorit,
perspective.
international spot, left back. I think he's 22, 21, 22, something like that.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I know some people read into his Instagram, but I think that's kind of in the past about his initial reaction. I think it's the right move because, as crazy as it sounds to say this, left back is one of the positions that we have the most depth in, right? And so we already have Villafana as our starter, probably for the next 1 or 2 years, and then we have Danilo Costa behind him. So I think if Traore really wants to get some playing time, get regular playing time, I should say, I think it's good for him to go out on loan and really kind of establish himself as a starting player, get some of his presence known, and then we'll see from there. But I think it's the right move.
Noah, I agree with you. As you know, people may not know this, but I used to coach at East LA College, and I said when Terry left, I'm like, that's the best move the Galaxy could do. He's an international player playing left back when they have 2 American players already playing left back.
Yeah.
Yep.
USA has been proven right now in this last 2 transfer window to take out defenders to overseas. And he's 20 to 22 years old, and he can now win a starting spot. The international spot is for players to come make a difference. And he's not beating Villafana, and I don't think he's beating Nakosa for that starting spot. So move him on.
Not.
Get him out of there, get the international spot, and use that international spot for another position. You know what I mean? You have 4 Americans that can actually start, which is Araujo, Daniel Stairs, Depew, and now either Villafana or Acosta. So there's no reason why for you to waste an international spot there.
And also, Jonathan Bond doesn't take up an international spot either. He has a U.S. passport, so we have another international spot that's available. But back to the Traore thing, I thought he was decent playing here when he got his chance to starting. He was decent, he proved that he's quality. He is a quality player at 20 when he first started here. But like you said, that is his best option because we are loaded up in the left back spot right now, and his best place is his best situation for him to do right now is to possibly go out on loan, get some playing time, man. Develop your game because he's not even into his prime yet. He's still so young. He has so much potential, I feel. And that's his best option. Just go overseas.
If he did not sit down, the left back from last season, he's not going to sit down Villafana.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, like you said, bro, that's his best option. Go get your playing time, bro. Like he said on his post, he's gonna prove us all wrong. Go do it, bro. A lot of XG's players have proved us all wrong in the past too.
I was gonna say that. Don't say that, bro, because everybody's winning except us.
Yeah,
fuck, everybody's winning titles. Fucking Polenta's out there winning titles.
Man,
Fabio's on the final. Shit, don't say that, bro, because everybody's in the final except us.
But when it comes to his game, what he does on the field, he's 22. At this age, how much more developed can he get? Do you think that was just the Galaxy saying, you know what, this is what he's gonna be, and that's not what we're looking for?
He's the Brick Shea. That he was supposed to be like a middle top left back, but he couldn't find his way. I see him as a Brick Shea right now.
Really?
Because if he didn't break that to be a starter like Araujo did for Felcher, then move him on. Get him out of here because we don't need to. At 22, you're either playing and starting or you're not. Other than that, keep an 18-year-old on there.
That's fair. Yeah, but honestly, for my personal opinion, I see a lot more development coming for Traore, man. Because when he was given his chances, that I'm gonna say it again, he balled out. He gave it his all. He knew how to. He had a really good touch of the ball. When he would go in for a tackle, he would go in with his all, bro. He would go in with his whole chest, whole body.
Offensively, I give him that. Defensively. Look at him when he's running back. He's not running back at full speed. He's jogging back. Offensively, he runs. He creates. But defensively, I don't think he's a left back. I don't think that. I think he's the Brick Shea. He's gonna be a Brick Shea.
Okay, that's fair.
I also think that well, I mean, we know last season didn't go as planned, right? And I mean, I think that was in large part. I mean, it was a team effort. Let's be honest. There was not one part of the team that was really strong, but
The
our
boy was
backline,
strong.
huh?
The boy was strong. My man.
Gotcha. My man, yeah. But the back line did not perform very well, right? And I think when you're in a situation like that where none of your defenders are really shining, game after game, when you're a defender like that and you're given an opportunity and you don't show anything special, then you put yourself in a really bad area because if you can't shine against or in a back line of, I would say, average players, not anything special when it comes to our defenders, if you're not able to show or give something special there, then it's hard for you to convince the fans and convince the coaches that you should have a starting spot and cement your position in the back
Hey
line.
Noah, we need a coach for Sunday League. You down or what? Because I like what you're talking about, baby. I like what you're talking about. Hopefully, you convince our team.
Thank you. Yeah. Sign me up, coach. Or player, I should say.
So Chapin, they're coming after your coaching spot, so you gotta step it up. But you know what? I wanted to touch on one specific player. I know you guys did it at the G30 podcast. I'm not sure if it was the first or second episode. You guys were talking about those players that you guys thought might have a better season coming up.
Mm.
How do you guys feel about Pipo Gonzalez? Can he bounce back, or is that a done deal there?
Oh man, I'm just, I'm for whatever reason, I want him to prove me wrong. I said that was going to be our bust this season, because did not have a good 2020 season. He had a decent 2019, but he did not have a good 2020 season, bro. It was really bad. Depew had to come in and kind of save his ass because Depew proved that he was quality just for a couple games. He couldn't have been consistent, but who we're going to take him out for? People? No, right? We're not going to do that. So I'm hopefully he proves me wrong because people just seems like he's declining right now. He's getting older. Might not have him on TAM anymore. I don't know. But, I'm hoping he proves me wrong this season. Hopefully he's like Chicha, working off in the off season, bettering his game. I'm really hoping he proves me wrong if we don't get another center back.
I'm totally against that. He is a center back that plays with 5 backs. If you put him at a 4, he's going to struggle. Because with Costa Rica, where he shines at, he is the kickballer. He's a kick baller. I mean, from there, they play with a 5 back. He's in the middle. All he has to do is just sweep up everything. Right now, when he has to mark up, he's lost. And I think he's a liability for us. I think he should be benched. I think the Pew should start, and I think we should ship out
100%.
Stairs.
100%. Yeah. But Greg Vanny's not going to play 5 in the back, so that's already, at the table. We're not going to do that. So we're going to only play 4 in the back. So like you said, he might start Depew and have Steris because I saw something on the Discord for Corner of the Galaxy that Steris has been our most consistent defender, even though he may not have been good, but he was our most consistent. He played his minutes like he was supposed to. But yeah.
I say you ship out Stairs and you go after like a player like the guy from Red Bulls. What was that guy name?
Tim
The guy
Parker.
with the red hair?
Parker.
Yeah, I think you
Parker.
ship out Stairs right now, and because he is the contract you can move. You can't move people's contract. Ain't nobody taking that contract unless you're gonna
No
ship him
way.
out to Costa Rica or another team down there. But
Yeah, no
nobody's
way.
taking the MLS. Nobody's taking that guy's contract.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
ship
there's
out
no way.
Stairs
Too expensive.
and you keep the Pew and you bring in a center back that can lead the back line. That's what we need. A back
Yeah. And
a center back that can lead.
yeah, and I was talking about it on the 3rd episode of the G30 podcast. It was a pretty sad episode to say the least, but we had a right to be because the rumors that were coming out were pretty much killed or dead. Like the Giovinco rumor died. The other rumor
I'm
we
telling
had,
you
I
right
can't
now.
remember right now.
No news is good news. They never call out the Galaxy that they're not involved. Just because they kill out rumors, it's because we don't know.
Yeah, but that's no fun though. We like to have rumors.
So you're gonna tell me right now, if you're the Galaxy and let's just say you're going after a can, right, or a winger, you're either gonna go for Jovinko or Piatti.
Is that you're asking me? Which one I'd rather have?
If you're the Galaxy and you don't want to really be out there, because Jovinko came out that he wants to get out of his contract, right?
Mhm.
Piotti's out of his contract already. So who do you go after?
Well,
Greg Vanny
it's
goes
tough.
after Gio.
He does. But the thing is, Piatti, I saw a tweet somewhere that someone said that he was the most underrated player in the MLS. And, he really was. He balled out when he was in Montreal. But right now
We're
I'm
talking
looking at
about
his
Montreal, bro. They don't even get fucking TV.
That's true. But,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But I don't know. That's a tough one because Piatti, 36, could be declining his game. I don't really know. I'm not a coach, but 36, the age is to a lot of people also, they're like, 36, he's not Zlatan.
As a winger, you can't go after a 36-year-old unless it's gonna be Ronaldinho. I mean Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ronaldinho.
Definitely.
Ronaldo.
Definitely.
That's it. That's the only 36-year-old that I'm looking at as a winger coming out as a striker. If I'm
Yeah,
looking at
definitely.
a 30-year-old Cam, I'm going for Jovinko. Because
definitely.
you know what I mean? As a Cam, all you do is pretty much create space and get the ball and lead the attack. That's it. You know what I mean?
it.
You're not out there relying on your legs, relying on speed, change of pace. You're relying on a lot of vision, and I think Jovinko has that.
He has that, definitely.
Now, can you get Jovinko either on the DP, maybe, and lower down Jonah to a TAM, maybe, or vice versa? Get him as a TAM and get another DP as a winger. You give Greg Vanny as much as you can to create his team.
Yeah, and that's the controversial part that you actually brought up. That's crazy. Bringing Giovinco on DP,
I was gonna ask that.
coming out. Everyone's coming out and saying, "Oh, nah, bro, we should have Giovinco on TAM." And I'm like, why? Is it because of his age? And they were like, yeah. But I'm like, I don't know, bro. He's still, even though they also said, oh, but he wasn't performing well in Saudi Arabia. Like, okay, that's fair, but Giovinco is still quality.
I'm asking you guys a question. Can Jovinko give you 5 to 7 goals off a free kick for the whole season?
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's more than anybody has scored on us in the Galaxy last season. So he's not worth a DP off the free kick.
I think that would be good because I don't remember a Galaxy player that was a threat at free kick besides Beckham. I might be wrong, but I don't even with Zlatan when he was there shooting a free kick, he never scored. Yeah, it was never like, okay, you know what? I gotta keep an eye because this is gonna be a goal. And with Beckham, we got that. And with Jovinko, when the rumor started, I started seeing some current highlights. And he had goals that were free kicks. He had goals on the counter. He had goals with his right, outside with his 30. Left, everything. And it's just not like, okay, it's not that he just does this. He does a little bit of everything.
It's funny because people don't want Jovinko based on DP status, but they'll take Iniesta.
And that's like certified DP.
Iniesta plays more deeper in the middle than Jovinko would. You need more legs for Iniesta to go up and down than Jovinko would need it. When you have Seba and you have Jonah there that can run for Jovinko.
Exactly.
That's what I don't get. But that's another thing that Galaxy fans, we're never happy, baby. We're never. You
never
do
satisfied.
One thing, great. Right now is nobody's signing nothing. If you sign something, you're signing them too fast. Why not wait?
It's always something, bro. It's always something with the G's fans, man. We're never
But
satisfied.
I love it though. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the back and forth with the whole Twitter and everything. I love it. Nobody ever agrees. Until we win a championship, everybody knew that was gonna happen.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled rich Galaxy fans.
Spoiled rich Galaxy fans.
Talking about agreeing, I think there's one thing. Well, I think that we all agree in. But I want to ask you guys: how do you guys feel about David Bingham officially not being part of the Galaxy no more? So we agree sayonara, that's a good move.
Yes, sayonara, peace out, goodbye. Everyone's giving him sympathy points for 2019. But for 2019 we had a solid backline. It wasn't great, but it was solid. Polenta did his thing, even though he had one bad playoff game. Every defender has one bad game. But 2020 he didn't even try. Bro, he literally watched a free kick go and he's like, bro, come on, at least put some effort. But that's what did it for me. That was the dagger, bro. I was like, you know what? Cool, you're trash, bro. We're just gonna tell you goodbye, bro. We're done, bro. I was really upset with that. That was the last straw for me.
No, what you think before I say something?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know that we talk. Oh, I mean, I kind of have some sympathy, but not a whole lot. I have some of the fact that I know the defense was bad, right? and that he got hit with the most amount of shots or whatever. But I mean, to sum it up, the Galaxy got rid of an average goalkeeper. So at the end of the day, it's average or lower than average, whatever you want to call it. He was nothing special at the end of the day. So we got rid of a meh goalkeeper and hopefully brought in something better. You know, for me, it's just like it was time to move on, and I'm glad we did.
I'm gonna say one thing. If you look at his highlights when they scored a lot of goals on him, when he was diving, he was looking more at the floor than the ball.
He was.
And that's when I was like, "What the fuck is this fool looking at the floor? How is he gonna land before blocking the ball?" That's one. And then two, when Klinsmann started, he got scored on too, but it wasn't the same goals that Bingham was getting scored on.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? You can see the difference that kid was blocking the shot that he had to block, and the defense didn't help him out at all.
Nope.
Yes, you know what I mean? Bingham had some goals that he did block, and the defense wasn't there. But there were some goals that were like, bro, come on, man. Like, shit. My dad with no freaking legs would have fucking blocked that shit, man.
Exactly.
And I don't think he was doing that. You know what I mean? And I'm glad they took out his contract. Now we got some competition for the goalkeepers. So
Exactly.
that's good. I think that puts us for the next 5 years okay with goalkeepers.
I was going through his Instagram when he was doing his goodbyes, and a lot of the people were like, "Oh, it wasn't your fault. You just had bad defenses. What can you do?" But there's something, and it's what you
That's some
say, Manny.
AYSO shit, bro. That's some
The
AYSO
fundamentals.
shit. Nah, fuck that. That was his fault. Hey, I'm glad that you were here, but time to move on. Fuck that. The way the angel says, get out of here, bitch.
For me, the fundamentals. Like for example, okay, you have a bad defense. All right, cool, but you're still gonna do the fundamentals. Like you said, Timmy, he's just standing on a free kick. Manny, you said him looking at the floor. It's just the fundamentals that he wasn't doing correctly. Something that bugged me was when he would block a shot, instead of sending that ball to the sides, he would just
Straight
send
to
it
the
straight to the middle. And that doesn't matter about the defense. You can have the best defense, but if you're giving those rebounds right there in the box, they're gonna be goals. And another
gonna go.
thing,
Yep.
I felt he was never a G. He never bled our colors. He never defended our crest. Even when the times that I saw him around and said hi, he didn't want to, like, he seemed he didn't embrace being a G. Maybe because he knew people didn't like him, that the Galaxy fan base wanted him out since day one. But I just felt
There
he
was
never
somebody
bled our
that
colors.
Kevin, you were there when Klinsmann first got his start.
Yeah.
There was somebody that was with us. He says Bingham's not gonna show up on time, and we're like, well, why? He's not starting. Klinsmann's getting the start, and I'm like, they're supposed to show up like in certain times. Let's just say 5 to 5:30. He didn't show up till like 6. So that shows he didn't really care. He was more about himself than he was about the team, about our city, about our colors, and he kind of felt that he didn't have that connection with us.
Yeah, but then again, he started off as well. He didn't start off, but he was coming from San Jose, our like biggest rivals, and I feel like maybe he took some
That
like
doesn't. I think that doesn't matter at the end because as much as we can hate people coming from San Jose, if they really show for our colors and really show up, then they're gonna
Alan
win us
Gordon.
over.
Alan Gordon
Alan
did
Gordon, Landon
that's a fair
Donovan.
that's a fair argument.
You
Alan
know what I
Gordon
mean?
balled out first.
They fought and they made sure that they made us feel that they cared about us.
And
Did you
Bingham
ever
had
get that
so
from
many
David Bingham?
chances to do that. I remember one time where it was a PK. Wando comes, he stops it, the rebound, go, and then Wando starts talking shit to him. He's on the floor laying and he's talking shit. Instead of getting up and defending himself and saying, he just walks away. He had many times because every time they play San Jose,
Like a duck.
Wando would go at him and he
Yep.
never defended himself, and that's what pissed me off. If I see him defend himself and defend the team, I'm like, okay, this dude's a G. That's why I never embraced him as a G, because I feel he didn't do what I think a Galaxy player should do. Like Van Dam,
Yeah.
what did he do against San
Van
Jose? And he has our, pretty much everyone remembers him because of those stuff that he did against San Jose.
Yep.
And he was only here for a short time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's embraced by the Galaxy fans because of the way he felt for our colors.
Yep.
And I think some fans went out to to Germany or wherever he was playing in Belgium, and he recognized the banner and he recognized the G's that showed up. You know, you can't teach that, bro. You cannot teach that. That's straight up
Yeah.
love for the fans. And I don't think For him, it was just a job. And I get that. There's players that are just gonna be just for the job. But you need that core that's there for the crest.
100%.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start wrapping it up. Noah, where could people pretty much catch you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter at Noah_Thomas07. There's my first last name. That's the main social media app I use. So that's about it for me. I use Instagram, but not. I don't really use Instagram to be honest.
And Star Lords, right? Center back.
Yeah, yeah, and I play center back for Starlords. So you can catch the streams at Twitch/Starlords TV.
So Liga G teams, whoever needs a center back, just get them a PS4, and you guys could have them on loan. And
If you
then
guys need if you guys need local logistics or local transportation, let us know because we already set that up.
Yeah.
Timmy, go ahead and let us know where they could catch you, and then give us a little bit more information where they could get your podcast and when you guys release episodes.
For sure. So follow us on Twitter at G30 Podcast. We release on Apple and Spotify. And my socials are at Spicy Taco 118. And yeah,
All right, and Manny, where could people go ahead and catch you online?
Right now, you guys can catch me with Galacticos in last place, but if you guys want to hit me up, it's at Manny2G2_G at Twitter, and then catch me at VBlock whenever we get back, or the Galaxy Outlaws page.
And before we go, I just want to go ahead and let you guys go ahead and subscribe. That helps us out. And then if you guys like the giveaway we did, let us know, because if you guys like it, we'll continue doing things like that. Make sure
We're
you
doing it
guys.
at 100, right? Another one at 100.
Yeah, I just have to figure it out because
Martin starts giving out one of his retro jerseys at 100.
And now after the print, I don't know what he's gonna say, but go ahead and also follow us, Community_G on Twitter, and then you can follow me, Kevin_U10,
And Instagram now.
and Instagram now. We're officially on Instagram, so go ahead and let us know what you guys think. The DMs are open if you guys have ideas, or if you have a business or you're a content creator and you want to come on, let us know. Or if you know a Galaxy fan that has a business, let us know. We know that the
Or if
Galaxy.
you want a shout out or you want something, let us know.
Yeah, we're here. This show is for you guys. We do it for the community. So let us know, and then make sure you guys tune into to Liga G on Sunday. Make sure you guys tune into Galacticos because we're getting our 2 new strikers. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss the turnaround of Galacticos going from last to playoff spot. I'm not gonna say top of the table, but playoff spot. So it's coming. So thank you for being with us.
If you
And
guys want bets, let me know or hit us Spenny. We betting all day.
another thing, keep an eye out on the Galacticos Twitter page, because sometimes when we win, we have a Zoom party. And it gets fun. So if you guys want to go ahead and jump onto that call, let us know. We'll be posting whenever we do have one of those.
No, also, shout out to all the other podcasts and look into all the other streams. All the streams from Liga G, as right now Liga Galaxia wrapped up. I think they're gonna take a little break and come back, maybe in a month or so. I'm not 100% sure, but there's plenty of streams for you guys to watch your FIFA and get your soccer fix. It's pretty good content. You have Pineapple Brass, you have CD Angelinos, you have Beer Bellies, you have Barcelona, you have Galacticos. I can't name all the goddamn teams. G Empire, Borrachex, Wanna Park. Fuck, who the fuck am I else? De la Guerra. Fuck, I'm stuck now. Damn, Kevin, you're supposed to be helping me, bro.
All right, let me get the standings and we'll go through every team real quick.
So check out their Twitches. They're pretty cool. They're fun. Everybody's different. Check out their Twitter pages. It's good. It's fun content. Everything's here for Galaxy fans. Check out the sponsors. You know what I mean? It's good. It's fun.
But pretty much, other than that, thank you guys, Noah, Timmy. We're really happy to have you guys on, and make sure you guys check out all the other podcasts, like Manny says. Go
You know
ahead.
what I forgot? Senor Papa and Rhino, the top teams.
Yeah. But all right, guys. So we will see you guys next week, 9:15. And but until then, you guys could catch us on Twitter. And thank you for being with us.
G30 podcast. I forgot to say earlier. That was my bad. G30 podcast. We're gonna try and post weekly. Our aim is to post either on Wednesday or Thursday. That's our main goal. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you.